Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel here. This is Future Tradings with Mike, and I appreciate everyone for tuning in to another, hopefully another live day trading session here. Hopefully we can get into some trades. But one thing I've been looking at so far on my charts is the market moving sideways here. So I've been thinking about, in this video, how I want to kind of, you know, what topic I want to talk about. Because, I'm live trading every single day, guys. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch some of my prior videos because I live trade here on the ES every single day. That is the E-mini S&P 500 futures, guys. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and take this time to subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button for me, guys. I always have some good content that you'll catch when viewing my videos. So watch the video to the end. I mean, I'm always, you'll see me live day trading. This is what I do day in and day out. And I appreciate everyone that has been watching the channel and watching the videos and subscribing. So, but right now, what you see is the market moving sideways. So, what is it doing? It's doing a lot of volume right here. You see this high volume area right here. So, that's primarily what I wanted to talk about today was to explain to you about the volume profile, how to trade it, especially for those that are beginner traders. It could be an additional tool that you can use. I don't trade and really use indicators, guys. I'm a pure price action trader. So I trade only price action, but I do use the volume profile because, outside of price action, understanding price action and knowing how to trade around price action, you must understand, you have to know what the volume's at. And that's where, the big, the institutions, I keep saying that with the big money has been the big players in the market. I mean, they like to build areas of volume. So within the market or whatever the case is. So if I blow up this 12 range chart that I have here, kind of squeeze this together, you see as I squeeze to the bring my chart to the right, kind of scroll to the right, you see how the volume populates on my chart here. These are significant areas. This is what's called the volume profile. There's significant areas where a lot of buying and selling probably took place. And I just use it as a gauge, second to nature in the sense of like where I mark my level at. I'm not looking at that area first. I mark my level based upon price action, but I use the volume area as an area to gauge as far as like, okay, I got my level marked here, and I look at the volume area and just, briefly to see if where I mark my level at, if that's a good area that it kind of confirms my area of a trade. Because where I mark my level at, I always say this, I want to buy the dips, I want to buy the lows. So where that level is, if I'm buying, I want that level to be, below a high volume area, at the lower end of it, not the top end of it, okay? If you're at the top end of a high volume area, that's more so of an area where you want to be looking at it to sell at. So it just kind of gives me a means of confirmation. So basically what you see going on is there's areas where there's more volume at, well, what you see going on is those are areas where a lot of buying and selling took place. And as volume accumulates, meaning a lot of contracts took place, a lot of buying was placed, or selling was what took place there. And it could have been an area where like, the market kind of rotated, and a lot of volume was being in this area here, just a lot of selling, say for instance right here. And then when the market pushed back up, could have been an area where there's a lot of buying. It just causes an area of volume to be come together and created. It's kind of like peaks and valleys as you see here, like a mountain almost. So, and then areas where you have low volume area, those are areas pretty much where price just kind of shot through, and price didn't pretty much stay in that area to create enough volume. So traders weren't interested at certain price levels to sit there and either make the market range go sideways, or a lot of time was spent in that area, either buying or selling. So, this major area right here, you see right here, okay? This was an area. You look to the left here, you see all this right here? The price, some buying took place here, then some selling took place. It just price kind of congregated around that area and just kind of built some volume there. So, the market tends to want to come back to those areas where there's a lot of volume at, and react 9 times out of 10. You know, most times it always wants to react to that area. But don't. I'll say one thing: don't ever just kind of like take a trade looking at the volume profile and strictly trading from the volume profile. Do not do that, because the number one thing is understanding price action, and also outside of that is once price is forming those levels, you know, mark your level, mark that level, and then use the volume profile, whatever the case is. But I use it, like I say, and a few of my other videos, I use it as a tertiary tool um, to help, you know, and aid in my trading a little bit. But I could take it off completely off my chart and not even need it. I could, you know, outside of that, you take this off my chart. My chart is negative as it wants to be. There's nothing on my chart. I don't have any moving averages, you know, no stochastics, MACDs, EMAs, you know, things like that. I don't have any of that stuff on my chart. I don't need it. You know, price action is the only way to trade, because if you can trade based upon price action and identify levels, then you trade like the major players, like the institutions. That's the key to it. So that's pretty much what it boils down to be, guys. So yeah, like I say here, the low volume areas, these are just areas where price does not want to sit and just push right through it. So to me, when I see price breaking down, say for instance, the price broke down right below this high volume area here and broke some lows to the down, broke some swings to the downside, more than likely what it's going to do is price is going to want to, price likes to move from one high volume area to another high volume area. So if it breaks here, this area here, and breaks down to the downside, breaking some of these probably these little levels right here or these swings, it's going to want to come and probably test this area here, okay? All right, before it's going to probably halt there or stop there before then, if it continues wanting to push lower, and then it's going to test this major high volume area down here. So so price does like to move in between one high volume area, move through a valley, which is a low volume area, into another high volume area. So, or to another high volume area. So that's pretty much how the volume profile works. And you know, if you are a beginner trader or kind of a intermediate trader to where you understand price action, and or even an experienced trader, it doesn't really matter. But you know, if you understood how the institutions trade, how the big players trade, two things we're looking at. One, you know, they're following price action. That's what they're primarily trading from. But one thing is, the second thing is that they really pay attention to is volume in the market. Volume is a heavy hitting topic. It is very important because, you know, with this high volume it's just an area where you know, price likes to come back to. You know, it's an area where price built volume at, and traders, a lot of trading took place there. And so for a lot of trade, it makes sense. You got to think about it. If a lot of trading took place in that area, a lot of volume and time was spent trading in that area, why wouldn't I want to come back to that area there and hey, and see, you know, see, hey, what's going on here? I see this area of high volume here. It must be, you know, something appetizing about it. And that's why traders like to come back to that area. That's why, you know, the market comes back to those areas to retest, you know, but just don't snap your finger and boom, the moment price comes back to that high volume area, take that trade, because that doesn't mean that price is going to stop right there. It can stop somewhere around that high volume area, but I'll always mark my level and I look for an entry below the high volume area. Low volume area, oh, excuse me, the high volume area. Low volume areas, like I said, are areas where price will primarily just push you through it. And it doesn't primarily like to stick around for too long. So those are things that I want to kind of cover in this video here, and it's one of the concepts, one of the major concepts that traders need to understand is surrounding volume. Volume is a critical piece to trading. Where there's low volume at, typically the market's going to push to that area. High volume, price is going to stop at that area, and there's going to be some type of reaction or failure. And you've got to know, you know, based on the setup, based on how to trade when price halts at an area and what to look for. And that's the key thing. So that is one of the things I talk, you know, I primarily say that's very important is understanding, you know, the volume, and possibly using the volume profile if you choose to. And it's one of the smart money concepts. It's a very important concept to understand. If you look at those that are experienced traders, on the chart somewhere they'll have maybe at the bottom here or on the side, wherever they have it, like right here, this volume. You see, well, this is actually what's called the cumulative delta on the side here, the right here. I don't really use that, guys, at all. I have it on my chart, but I should take it off. But outside, just look at the this volume profile area. I just glance at it. I do not use it to just purely just take a trade from. I am a price action trader, and I only look at what price has done, price movements, and the formation of swings, which in turn makes the levels, turns into those levels that I trade from and I mark. Um, so let's see what's going on here in the market, guys. I don't want to beat that topic, beat that dead horse to death. So everybody, you understand what the market's doing. It's just ranging. I mean, honestly, it's not making any lower lows or any lower highs since the around 11 o'clock yesterday. Really, I mean, the market has just been pushing sideways. And I said yesterday in my video that I was hoping the market would come up here and break, this area right here, 44.92, but it's not doing that. So it's just trading on the point of control right now, and makes it a little sticky. Now I was able to after the market or the session closed yesterday, as I stated in my video yesterday. If you watched that video from yesterday, that video topic there yesterday was about liquidity, and if you see the I guess the thumbnail is called "Grab the Money," and that's pretty much what it is. It's just liquidity is an area where the market will pull back to, and people want to collect that money. There's money sitting there at certain liquidity levels, or where there's support resistance levels. So there's money sitting there that like the institutions, they want to go back and grab that money and keep it moving. So that's what happens. So go back and watch that video if you haven't already watched the video, guys. It's called Grab the Money, and it's titled that. Well, it's not titled Grab the Money, but the thumbnail is titled Grab the Money, and it's a very good and interesting topic. I think it's titled How to Locate Liquidity on the E-mini S&P 500 futures. So it's a good video. It talks about liquidity. So if you don't know what liquidity is, liquidity is money. It's just money in the market, and that's what drives the market is money. So I don't know if I'm able to get any trades or catch any trades in this particular video, guys, because the market's moving kind of sideways and we're just ranging. But we can look to see. Let's look to see what happened this morning. We'll do that. So, were there any levels to trade from this morning? Let's take a look and see. Let's move some of these lines out of here so we can kind of get a clearer picture here. So let's see. Okay. So yeah, of course, right here, the high from, I think it was the 15th or 16th, right here at let me move this move this out the way a little bit for you guys. Right here at 44.76. Okay, so when price pushed up, it took out that high there. Price pulled back once that area there was projection of failure there. Pushed higher, taking out this little high swing high right here. Was back to that level again. Boom, second chance. All right, now it did push higher. Okay, and what I wanted to see was price take this level here. Price take this area here at 44.92, which it didn't. But it pulled back to this level again. There was a third attempt. Okay, there was a third attempt. The only issue there is that I have primarily after a first attempt and then a second attempt, and the price can't push higher and comes back down and retest that level again, more than likely it's probably going to want to sell off and push lower. But price bounced, and there hasn't been much activity going happened since price bounced here for the third time. And so yeah, price so far is not, when it bounced here the second time, pushed higher, it pulled back here again for the third time. Well, we see now when it bounced the third time, what didn't it do? It didn't take this area here out at 44.88. So It's a possibility that price could push lower. It's a possibility price could push higher. You just never know because right now price is ranging, and you just gotta stay tuned to it. You gotta keep your eyes glued to the bigger picture here. So right now, the price is moving sideways. When price moving sideways like this, I tend to stand down because I just there's no clarification. Just it's not clear as to what price is trying to do. It's not breaking any levels. It's not pushing higher, no pushing lower. It's just building volume. That's all it's trying to do. And typically, what happens here when price builds volume and it kind of gets tight like this and congested and consolidates right here, it's going to make a major move to the downside or to the upside when it finally does make its move, guys. So you just have to wait for that, wait and be patient and kind of follow the direction of what the market's trying to do. So right now, yes, I mean here, boom, can take a trade here, right here at 44.76. Price push higher. Second test here, prices comes back to 44.76 again. Boom. Once price pushed higher here and came back down for the third test, I don't think I would have taken this trade right here. If I would have clearly seen rejection, and actually this was at 11:30 last night, so I'm thinking we were like right here. This is where it was. So in looking at that, it just depends on what I was, what was actually going in the market at that time. If I was looking, if I was actually trading. Let me pull this back up here. So that's, it is what it is. So I don't know. I'm going to put the video on pause here, and maybe we can at least get in one trade here before, kind of see what happens. So let's put the video on pause, and I'll be back shortly. All right, so the market is still moving sideways. I would like to see it break above here, 44.89. But right now, let me take a look at something because let's see. Let's see what the market is. Okay. Yeah, it's just moving sideways. It's not really breaking or taking out any levels, guys, to be honest with you. So I'm just trying to see what the market is doing. Hopefully we can maybe get into a trade. At least I want to get into a trade. But the market goes sideways like this, it's hard to trade, to be honest with you. But let's see. Okay, so even with the market moving sideways, if it does by chance come back down to, let's see, around here, 44.82, I'll be looking maybe to go long there. So I'm going to wait to see what happens. But we'll just have to see. But I hope everyone understands the concept about volume profile, because and how you can use it to aid in your trading. You don't need it. I'm not saying you do, but it's just one of those things. Once you use price action, I didn't start using it until years later, guys. I didn't start kind of put it on my chart until years later. But volume is definitely important because you must be able to identify areas in the market where volume has been accumulated, or and it's typically areas where there's a lot of trades that have taken place, and it basically just points out to you where those areas are. And I'm not saying just because there's an area with a lot of volume, take a trade from that area, but just kind of use it as I guess a second means of or means of confluency. When you have identified a level to trade from, then you can you can use it. But so yeah, so there was a trade that could have been taken around here at 44.80 this morning, shortly after the market opened up. So it's pushed a little higher here, and I want to see if it's gonna come back. So maybe it will. Let's see. But yeah, guys, market's still not doing much. We did have had this little push up here, little pullback, but I'm not sure. Oh man, it's just moving sideways. It's really not taking out this area here yet at 44.80 and pushing higher. It's just kind of It's moving sideways. We haven't taken out any highs, we haven't taken out any lows. So it's been kind of a crazy day. I mean, the market opened up right here, guys, and we've only had a 6.6, maybe 7 point, um, pushing the market in one direction. That's going up, but yeah, I I really just don't like what the market's doing here, to be honest with you. So yeah, not too pleased with the market's doing. Not one bit. Let me see one thing here. Yeah, nah. Yeah, the market's gonna break this area here at 44.88 and then break this area here, but maybe to come down to this level right here, 44.82. Okay, guys. Well, still waiting here. um, what I want to see is price break above where it's at now. To be honest with you, so yeah, price breaks above. This candle here closes above, pulls back somewhere probably around 44.86. Um, Let me take a look here. Yeah, somewhere back around 44.86. It can bounce at 44.88, but maybe I like to see it pull back to 44.86. I'll take a long entry there, but it's a slow day in the market here. This is typically a day where I'm glad I kind of just covered and went over a topic, and that being about volume profile and why volume is important when trading in the market. But yeah, you can see here, I mean, we have not moved more than 8 points since the opening, and the market is not doing anything. We're just making these small swings on um, a lower time frame, and you can see that here on the 4 range chart. So I'm gonna give it a few more moments, minutes here, and if it doesn't do much, I'm just gonna go ahead and close the video out here and go ahead and get it uploaded. And hopefully everybody watching, hope you guys are watching it now. And but yeah, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, guys, subscribe to the channel. I'll cover good topics about trading the future markets. The future markets just don't consist of the S&P 500 futures or the E-minis. You have different E-mini markets. You have micro E-minis. You have currencies. You have commodities like whether it be oil, gas, or corn. Grain. You have the grains. Corn, wheat. You have meats. You have all kind of different future markets instruments that you can trade in the futures markets. So I probably like to trade the indices though. So that being the E-mini Nasdaq, Russell. It could be the Dow or the S&P, but you guys will find me mostly trading on this channel the S&P 500. A lot of people think the S&P 500 is a hard market to trade. It is because it's a thick market. It's a lot of volume, but it's probably one of the most rewarding markets to trade because of the tick value is a lot higher at $12.50 a tick. So that's pretty, it's higher than the rest of the markets. I'll put it like that. But as far as the range of the trading range, yeah, it doesn't move, quick, and have a pretty significant trading range. Sometimes it does. It has good, it's pretty liquid through the day, meaning it creates a lot of movement. But some days like this today, nah, I'll probably primarily stay out of the market. But okay, so we just closed above that area. So I'll take this purple line right here, and I'm going to move it up to, I'm going to say around this area right here, guys. This is where I'm targeting the price will come back to. But, I could be wrong. Price could actually, bounce or move, come down to 44.88, like I said, and push higher. But yeah, we'll see. There's a little swing right here. The highs is sitting up here at 44.92. So yeah, guys, the market is just moving at a turtle's pace today. It's very, 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 very slow. Not doing much. I am kind of waiting for it to pull back to this area here, but there's no sense of sitting at the computer all day long waiting for that to happen. So I'll just leave my level there, come back from time to time, check on it. But yeah, so basically, I just wanted to kind of cover an area or topic about volume profile. How I use it, why volume is important, how you can use it in your own trading. At some point if you choose to add it to your chart, whatever the case is. But like I said before, you do not, absolutely do not need it. So this is just me throwing out there to you guys about volume profile, how you can use it. It's a smart money concept, of how you can actually um, using price action, following price action, and trading purely price action, but it guides you and allow you to be able to see areas in the market where volume's sitting at, resting at, I should say, between a low volume and a high volume area. So, and as you watch price, as price action happens, you see price movements, you'll start to see those areas of volume, populate, and you'll see price, create those volumes, those areas of volume, push, push above it, and then like here, let's say for instance, like right here, say for instance, it was volume right here, and price pushed above it, and then it stopped, made some more volume right here, pushed through quickly above, made some, even though this is a major low volume area, it stops and makes these areas of volume. Right here, you have a significant amount of volume. Why? Because price moved sideways for so long. Even like yesterday, it moved sideways for hours, even to the overnight session, even to right now. Now, as I said earlier in this video, that at some point it's going to break higher or lower, and that's what we're trying to do now is to break higher. So it's created this volume, push higher, and what do you expect to happen? Price is going to come back to a level, to an area of volume, and retest it. So that's just how I use volume profile to aid me in my trading, or kind of help me to pick areas of as extra level of confluence, I should say, in my trading. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate everyone watching today and staying tuned in. And if you can go ahead and just hit that thumbs up button for me, it'll help me, because by you doing that, I always say this in my videos, by you hitting that like button, it shows me that you take interest in the content that I'm posting online on YouTube, on my channel here, as well as it's going to help somebody. I know it is. It's going to help somebody who's starting or that venture into trading, and someone that's wanting to make a career out of this, or whatever the case is. I mean, so hit that like button for me, guys. It helps me. It helps you. It helps the YouTube algorithm. See that I have followers. I have people that are interested in my content, and I want to get it out to the people. So thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video, and have a great day.